What is good, y'all? SGG Game, man. It's your boy back with the Angels rebuild yet again, as year 2 has not gotten off to such a good start for us, man. We are 12-22 after our first 34 games here, and I mean, it has not gone the way that I thought it would. I mean, there's definitely been some different surprises, some guys playing worse than I thought they would, worse than they did last year, and there's some good things of guys that are playing better than expected. Right now, a record like that has us sitting at last in the American League West, so we definitely have some ground to cover on teams like the Rangers, who are at 21-11 right now. Currently at 7-3 of their last 10. They're definitely a hot team, but I mean, we have guys that are playing bad, like Joe Adell's still hitting well under 200, or just a little over 200. Mike Trout isn't having the same average that he did last year. Now, rookie Henry Pereira, though, he's putting up great numbers, already up to an 81 overall this season, so seeing some early season development despite being on a cold streak. There also is here Matt Shaw, hitting well below 150. Only a 125 average. Some of his stuff is actually even going down. Instead of 69 overall, 24 years old, maybe you start to think about using up one of those options to maybe send him down. He's at 3 hits in his last 34 at bats. I mean, 1 in his last, you see here, like last, basically 25 at bats. He's just not hitting well at the plate. Defense is great there, but you got to look down here at AAA guys like, Trey Lipscomb, Enrique Hernandez. Both guys hitting over 300. Both have great defense. So Matt Shaw's really got some things he's got to prove here for this team if he wants to stay at the major league level. And that's what we're going to be starting out today, kind of focus on is, different moves to make this team at least still somewhat competitive this year, so we can at least get more wins than we did last season and can continue the forward movement of this progress and getting some of our top young guys the development they need. And one thing that I got to get better at too is definitely not holding on to these A or B potential players. If you're 26 and you haven't reached your potential or you're still playing bad, I got to start to look to replace you. And that's in the draft, that's in free agency. I do want to try to build from within, but I'm also not opposed to going through free agency to bring in some top names at top positions to help this team be great and kind of filling in the gap with a couple rookies. So Matt Shaw got to get his game together here for third base, or otherwise he's going to get replaced. And so we'll be checking out here with a little player lock game here with him today, as well as we'll just be going through a big portion of the months here. We want to get through May, maybe even through June, and just kind of really dig into the scouting here in this episode. So now the gameplay is back to normal. I know last time out it was a little wobbly and choppy. Here as we go to get a takeoff attempt here. Throw goes over to second base. Great way to outsmart him, Matt. At least you might not be hitting right, but you are outsmarting on the base pass. I'll give you that much. But yeah, so we did fix the choppiness, so now the gameplay will be good here for you today, good and crisp. As we go and take off for second base here, Shaw does not have the speed. He's thrown out at second. Was able to get on, but thrown out immediately. And this is one of the reasons I keep him. Well, the team where our not ERA, but our fielding percentage is struggling. We're one of the worst consecutively, year in and year out. The first 2 years of the series, he's actually got great defense here at third base, a strong arm, great fielding potential. It's just the bat. Even if he was giving me like 223 or 234, give me a whole 100 points more higher than this. But he's hitting 134 on the season. I cannot have this. And even at the 9 spot, it's like the next thing I can do is put you on the bench, and then after that, it's down to the minors. See if you can, increase yourself a little bit. Maybe get into the 70s before we bring you back up. But that'll be a point of emphasis that we look into. Now he got hit by the pitch there, so he's back over at first base. Fringo, who also is having a kind of a struggle year, is at 286, but here on the day 0 for 3 as he flies that one to right. And then here, this is the most bewildering thing I've seen all season. Error followed by a single, 3-run home run, back-to-back errors, another double walk. They've hit around in the inning, and I almost started to go back around it twice, leading to a 6-run inning and 3 errors in 1 inning. And I had to just go check who were the errors even on at this point, and all 3 were on Luis Refringo. So while he's hitting in the 280s, 270s, he's also already at 9 errors on the season. 9. I cannot make this up. He's already, by himself, the single-handed reason why we're last at fielding percentage. So the look to see what we do with him, whether that's a move down, more likely a trade with his age rather than a move down, but we'll get into that as we get closer to the trade deadline and see what kind of team are we. Are we looking for prospects, or are we looking for another person to come in and make this team whole? So we end up losing this game here. We did bounce back though, 9-5 loss. 3 hits from Jorge Soler and Henry Pereira. So he's having another strong day here today. All 3 of the hits from Jorge Soler were home runs. 3 homer, 5 RBI a day. So everything was just according to Soler then. As we end up, like I said, losing this game, but at least having some good top performances. And we go ahead and jump into the next game here. You see runners are at first and second. We're going to simulate that one as Mike Trout had 2 home runs going for his third. We ended up winning 11-2. So obviously did not get his third. But we finished up that Athletics series, losing to them. Heading into a series here against Boston. As we had our first trade of the season, or big time trade that at least showing us. As the Sacramento Athletics acquiring Chris Bubik. Here for another starting pitcher, JT Ginn. They're giving him up. C potential prospect at 26 years old. Has no major league time really at all. Don't see what either team in the Royals or the Athletics get out of this, but we got our first trade offer. So, this is a good one. Jesus Luzardo from the Philadelphia Phillies for UC Kachui. I hope I'm saying his name right. I know I'm butchering it, but I mean, B potential. He's obviously way younger at 28. Keep a lefty. He's actually has a good season so far this year. 8 starts, 47 innings, ERA in the 3. So kind of giving the similar production to UC. I think this could be a good move. We want to move off of him. Will help us save a little bit of money here. I mean, a big chunk of money with this $20 million off the board. He would help them out as they could be pushing towards a good spot. You know, the Phillies are a good team. He would easily add to that rotation and give them a strong top 4. And we can use Luzardo as another arm to kind of just hold the fort to some of our young guys already. So I go ahead and make that trade. Go ahead and get him onto the team. As we go ahead and check our scouting here is Danny Conley, dropping on the board from 5 to 44. Contact is in a good spot, or it could be in a good spot. It's mainly a defensive player here, which is crazy because normally you don't see defensive players in these drafts. And the 1 year that I actually need defense on the team, it looks like we could have a strong chance of getting it. So look at second baseman here. You got Joe Mize here, rising up the board to 28. So potential second round pick here. Obviously defense here, no arm strength and accuracy, which is I guess good that he plays second. And a little bit more power on him than contact. So it's something that we could definitely work with there. 84 to 94 potential. There's also here Jim Crocker. He's up basically right at the same spot, 45. Great contact on this end, better defense. There's Johnny Spasato. He's dropped down to 46, more of a defensive and speed player. Looks like he's more focused on the lefties than the righties when it comes to hitting. And then out there in center field, just kind of looking for new prospects that we can look for here. Julius Huff is 4th on the board. We got to at least look at all the top 10 prospects since we have a top 10 pick. So we're going to take a look to see what he can do here, 45%. So it'll take a couple weeks to get his full scouting report done. And looking still at center fielders in the central, second baseman in the east. So we're going to jump into another gameplay here. As you can see, some of our top prospects. Douglas Ellison, 1.29 ERA so far this season. Dave Stewart's got a 3, but so it's been Ellison kind of leading the way as the 5th best MLB prospect, 2nd best starting pitching prospect. In all of baseball, we have the 19th best farm system, so we definitely want to get more top talent down there. I mean, really after Christian Moore, it kind of falls off potential-wise. Everybody else after that's a C. Even George Klassen, though, is a good pitcher to me, though. 286 ERA at AAA. Could maybe see him make a call-up here to the majors if this rotation doesn't straighten itself out. And the first thing we got to do, though, is check out our newly acquired acquisition, Jesus Luzardo. 8 games this year, 3.8 ERA. I wanted to see what he has here, at least in this game, as we've had him in previous series before. He's been a very strong starter now. I think in the past series, though, he's never really been more than like a 3 starter for me. So here in this year's rotation, just because he's going to take right in the spot, he's going to have to be an ace. Now, he already has some of his stamina down, so he wasn't able to fully recover since his last start, so we probably don't expect him to go too deep in the ball game. But a 5-pitch mix, four-seamer that doesn't really kind of blaze past you, but a great breaker on a slider that can get a lot of strikeouts with used effectively. Now, 12-6 is the pitch that worries me or has in the past with him. He typically has good break on it, but we'll have to see what he has here with limited stamina. 3-2 to Duran. Walks the first batter that he faces here in an Angels uniform. Not a very good start to your Angels career, but hopefully it's just the first of not too many as that throw goes down to second base. Not in time. It's the speedy runner will go ahead and move up over to second base, 90 feet up. Trevor Story, though, pops this four-seamer in the air right over to our first baseman. This will be the first out that we needed. Rafael Devers Batting third in the lineup, hitting 352 this season. Already off to some very good MVP-esque numbers. That ball's going to get in the dirt in front of the catcher. Throw goes down and not being in time, as that's going to go ahead and eat him up, as Logan was not able to make any kind of good throw down the mat. Devers with now a runner 90 feet away. Launches one deep to left field, and even if it's not down, you already know it's a sac flies. 94 speed, he's getting there with the quickness. I think he got there before the ball even reached the cutoff man. And what's with that new like running glove thing? Is that like standard? Like everybody has to have one of those now? Like when did that become a thing, and who started it? I just noticed it here while I'm playing with the show. I haven't watched an actual MLB game though. So are they actually wearing those in real life? Used to protect their hands on slides, I would guess, but why only on one hand then, not both? Kind of like letting you know which hand is going to be the lead hand so you know which one to tag, but it is what it is to me. Now, runners here at first and second. We're not going to let this skip past Alex Bregman here on the Red Sox. Batting .230 here near the bottom of the lineup. Does not mean that he is still not a dangerous hitter at all. With runners at first and second, we've already given up one. We definitely want to try to end this now if possible. Even the count back up here, 2-2. Alex. Slider in on the hands. This one's going towards the gap. Do we have the speed to get there? As Henry will have to dive for that one and miss. Because I think we do still have Henry out in center field with Joe Adell on the bench. So Henry not having just enough speed to get there. Maybe Joe Adell gets to that type of balls. They go right back to the same spot here. Going back near the warning track, and we glove this one this time. As last time it took a dive that failed. This time he's able to grab it. It is a 2-1 ball game, though, here as we go to the top of the second. So we allow 2 runs to come across, but we do answer back with one of our own. And now we're facing at least the bottom of the order here, so hopefully we can have just a smooth sailing here and got the recognition out the way. Liner up the middle, base hit there for Abreu. So this was Luzardo already looking like he's struggling a little bit here. I mean, we're already, 37 pitches through. And we've only pitched one complete inning. Only got 3 outs. Rafaela chops this one on the ground. Right into right field. Base hit again. The runner is going to hold up at second base, though, for the Red Sox. As just like that, they're back to first and second. This time, no outs. As Duran, the top of the lineup, is going to come back up. He's going to bunt this one down. Lazardo's going to make the play here. Throw's going to go to second as he's going to try to get him. Throws it in, and it will be off the bag. But I think he's safe there regardless. I would say that's a base hit. They might give him the error on that one. Trevor Story right after him. With now bases loaded, no outs, and anything goes here. This is on the ground. We'll go ahead and go to second for 1, to first for 2. But we're going to concede the RBI there. Story does his job. And at least gets 1 runner across. And then Devers, 1-0 count. He lines his 4-seamer out to center field. And that will get down for a base hit in front of him. It is now 4-1 Red Sox. And at this point, I'm wondering how much longer they're going to leave Luzardo in. 47 pitches through. The stamina was getting lower. Of course, he had pitched a couple of days earlier. Didn't get his full rest in. Has not looked sharp this start at all. Swings and misses there. Gets us through the second inning there. But that'll be basically all he had time to do here. 2 innings of work. He was ready to go to get back to it. But no, we're going to go ahead and pull him after that as we go up to the booth. They do go ahead and bring in Hunter Braco to go ahead and try to end this ball game here for us. That was definitely not a good showing of what I thought we would be getting from Luzardo. Hopefully he can come back and fix that. Of course, I know the area is going to be up near the 4s now after a start like that. But, yeah, we have more pressing things to worry about here as we are down now 8-1 after they scored 4 across. Dakota Hudson now in the ball game for us. There's a double from Refringo, followed by 3 straight outs, and then 3 straight runners getting on. 3-run home run, 4 more runs across for the Red Sox. This is now 12-1. Yeah, let's just go to get out of here. 13-1 victory, and after a game like that, especially after the game with 3 errors, Luis Refringo is going on the trade block. I mean, he's giving us 260, 270-ish, year in and year out. I think it's more time to, maybe move on here. I mean, 29 years old, definitely still not that old, but I don't know how much more development we're going to see. He has no minor league options. We're just going to put him on the trade block and see what offers we get for him too as well. So, having had to go on the trade block, I figured why not here against the Colorado Rockies, get in another player lock game just to see if we need to say farewell to him or his starting lineup spot. 263 this season, only 3 home runs, 13 RBIs. We've had him start batting leadoff after last year. He was really kind of killing it lower in the order. So, I mean, I don't know, maybe the order could have something to do with it, but he's one of our best contact guys. one of our best vision guys, and he's got some of the most speed on the team. So I feel like he had leadoff hitter capabilities, but the defense is the part that's killing me. Chopper over to first base. You never know if it's a routine play for real. As that throw will get him over at first base. And in a city like Colorado, we'd hope to get some hits to at least increase that average. Liner, left field, going deep back towards the wall. That's going to be a extra base hit off the walls. This is also going to be a trial too. As I've showed you already, we have two infielders down in the AAA that are ready to make this move up to the majors. So really, Refringo is kind of fighting to not lose his starting spot, but also not lose his spot on the team before he's traded. And of course, these hits right here, like this, will actually add to his value. It will increase the average. As Henry will come up already 1 for 1 on the day with the single. 280 average on this season for the rookie. Of course, having a good start to his first rookie career. Killed it in spring training. Deserves the chance to be up here. That ball's going to be in the dirt. We're not going to move on it and just get back to second. Oh, there goes the throwback behind him, and they got him. I don't know why they would have that animation. I don't know who's rainbow diving back into the bag. But as you can see, the offense as a whole has been cold, though. 202 average in our last series. 2.8 runs a game. You know, what we really would probably want to be more or less like is around like 3.8. You know, getting 3, but most of the time getting 4 runs a game. That would probably be more or less where you want to aim at, because you're hoping that your pitching staff ERA is around 2. So that's like a 4-2 win on theory. Refringo here up though, 2-1 count. Watches that circle change near the ankles. So Ryan Feltner will go with the 3-1 as he gets him to pop this one up. Back behind third base. Plenty of room over there on the foul territory. And they'll go to make the play there as he's coming back up here 1 for 3 on the day outside of that RBI double, but it hasn't meant much. So we're down now 7-2 here in the top of the 7th. Angel Chevalier. Not much you can do on that one, but just straight up hate. I mean, perfect timing on a 4-seamer right in the zone. Looked like almost right down the middle. Ended up in a double play ground ball out. And, you know, we just kind of simulate our way through the end of this game, trying to see if the offense can get it back around to the top of the order to at least get a little rally going here. So we're down 2-7, and the double play will end it for him. As the Rockies come in, I was about to say come into our territory, but we come into their territory just to take an L here. Is not much offense around. I mean, 11 hits, but we're not chaining the hits together to score runs. I mean, Henry's getting 3 hits, but Trout's got 0. Soler's got 1, and then Neto and Taylor both have 0. So he's getting on base, and nobody's bringing him around to score him. So we do win the next game, though, 6-1. As the offense here staying hot again, 10 hits. This time Henry 0 hits, but Trout with 2, Neto with 2. Matt Shaw actually having a 3 for 4 day, trying not to get cut and sit down to the minors, as he has 2 home runs too today. 2 of his 3 hits being solo home runs. 8 innings for Reed Detmers as he puts together a great start, something we haven't seen too much of. So we go ahead and move things along. The Cubs here with Jose Soriano. They want to trade him for Luis Refringo. We did trade him to them, and they've only had him at AAA, so it's not they've used him at the major league level, which is surprising. But when he was there, he actually had a pretty good season. I mean, he finished with 3.34 ERA that year after we traded him. So far down at AAA, 3.18 ERA. See potential, 27 years old, though. I don't really see the growth and gain in that. I would want like a younger prospect, maybe around 25 at least. 25, maybe 26 can kind of make my way, but we've got a lot of young pitchers here with Chase, Reed, Jordan Hicks, and then 3 new ones that we just drafted that I don't think it would be too worth sending Refringo over to them. So I'm going to decline this trade. With 50% of the scouting profile here done for our young player there in Huff, we can definitely start to look at some of maybe these other positions too. We just want to get like a well-rounded sense, because I want to get some actual fielders in our prospect minor league system here, and that's why I'm focusing so heavy with Joe Adele struggling on center field or just the outfield in general, because Trout is still playing great. We have now seen Henry played fantastic. Now we just need to get center field taken care of, and then it's the infield. So somebody like Clayton Phillips here, who is 5th on our board. We want to see what he can bring to the team, and have him working alongside here Julius Huff to go ahead and get their profiles filled out. You see Huff slips back to 23 on our draft board, so we'll definitely want to keep monitoring that to see where it can round out at. As you see here against the Padres, we actually have a chance to get a dub. something we haven't done too much of here. Romano actually getting a chance for a save, as with 2 outs, runner at second base. Derek Hill is at the plate here for the Padres, and we could be able to get out of this. The number 9 hitter is up, batting .239, so we can attack him. As you see, that slider goes basically right over the middle here, 1-1. Get him to pop this one out. Trout chasing it down, and he will come in and make the play. Nice, simple 3-pitch out there for us as we're going to close that one out. Getting a dub here. Very close game here. As you see, Henry again, 2 for 3 day, 2 more RBIs, which actually was both of our runs back in the 3rd inning. We were able to just go ahead and hold it down as Aaron. 7 innings, 3 walks, 4 Ks, only 4 hits given up. So I got to say, I'm very impressed with that type of start here. The next day out against the Mets, Romano bases loaded, this time down 6-3. 2 outs, so we just need to get another one. Why not jump right back in and see if we can close this one out? Now, a little bit better hitter here with Brandon Nimmo. Very strong contact hitter. Very good on-base guy. See, the clutch is very high for him, too, as well. So we definitely want to try to paint these corners if possible, as Jordan Romano is getting tired from, I guess, continuous relief appearances possibly. 2-1 count here. We're going to go with the 4-seamer upstairs. That's a line 4-seamer outside. 2-2. Jordan looking, as that's going to be low and inside on the 4-seamer. Not going to get there either. That's up top. Try to get him to chase it, but Nimmo being patient, walks home a run, keeps the bases loaded. And now the winning run, or the go-ahead run, isn't that much closer. That's going to be a fly ball out. Joe Adell in the game here with the rest days. He will go to make the play, and the Angels get the win here in front of the home crowd. A little bit of a scary ending there as the bases were juiced. Could have definitely went left quickly. Hans Krause is actually the one that picks up the win today. Taylor Ward, player of the game, though. 3 for 4 day for him. So great job. It looks like we gave Henry the day off. He had a 3 for 4 day. Joe Adell 2 for 3 day. Definitely looked like he's going to come up there. It looks like Taylor's actually gone cold. He's under 200 now. So he gets his 4th home run. Neto hits his 7th home run of the season. Matt Shaw has another 0 for day. Stolen base, 2 there for Taylor Ward. And Reed Detmers, 5 1/3, 2 earned runs, as he's trying to lower that 5 ERA down as much as possible. And we have a pretty strong week here. I mean, we end up winning, looks like 3 games in a row here. 5 games out of our last 7. 5 of our last 10, though. So definitely on the come up, but we have a long way to go. As Ward being cold now, being below 200, I think it's time we go to insert Joe Adell back to the lineup. He's actually seeing some positive regression. In the last 10 games, he's only batting .269, 7 for his last 26, kind of coming in a lot of pinch hit roles and stuff. So I think it's definitely time that, he's had his time on the bench. We're going to bring him in for Taylor Ward, who is 7 for his last 37, batting 189, only a .250 on base percentage to go along with it. So he's not even getting on base either with the walks and stuff. So I think we're going to move him back, give Joe Adell his center field spot back, let Henry go back out to left. And as we look here more at scouting, as Huff drops further back to 31, Clayton drops back from 7 to 32. As we go ahead and can take some of these guys off of our board here, and we're still going to look for more center fielders that we can either finish up scouting prospects on, guys that are close, like here in the Central. We have a couple guys at 77%, so we already have a scout working on that for us. We're going to move him out of the way because I feel like 77% is a good amount for us to at least know we can still get some 100% on some of these other guys. So definitely going to look there at shortstop too, as well as continue the outfield. Maybe some guys that are listed as shortstop that can play 3rd or 2nd, as I feel like short with Neto, we can still give him a chance. So Marco De La Rosa, 23rd on our board. 61st on our board is Jonah Kelper. We'll go ahead and add them to the list of guys to fully scout. Now, here against the Mets, we're going to finish off that series sweep against them. Going and taking care of the Rangers in the next day too as well, 5-4, before the Rays have come to our door asking for Luis Refringo. They want to give us Braden Taylor, who actually I want you guys to keep in mind, this is actually an interesting deal here. 23-year-old B prospect at 3rd base with defense and actually has a little bit of hitting, at least against righties. At the major league level right now, batting .238, 6 homers, 12 RBIs. So that's already better than Matt Shaw. Now the potential is lower, but the overall is higher and the hitting ratings are a little bit higher. So could be something we do, and also could take over second base to take over for Luis Refringo's spot. So You know, he's been hitting kind of sus here so far this year, but I think 261 still. The errors are the main concern, though. 13 errors already, almost more than last year. So right now we didn't accept it, but we keep that in mind when it comes back time around for the trade deadline. So we're up 2-0 here. Jorge Soler has a great game as we go to increase that 2-0 lead to 7-0. Come right back out and defeat the Rays again. And then Jose Squadda has a chance to kind of keep this game close as the Rays finally do go ahead and close out a dub L against us, ending our winning streak. Even though we were at a strong little, like, what was that, 8 game winning streak? So we're 8 of our last 2. 8 game winning streak in between 2 losses. As Jonah stays at 70 on the board. Strong defensive player coming into the league strong. It'll just be his hitting that we'd have to worry about. He's going to come in with actually above average to well above average possible fielding. This is 100% scouted. 21 years old. He's going to come in basically MLB ready. 64 to 74, but potential is going to be 69 to 79. So not much of a growth path, but could come in and immediately take over an outfield spot, especially with that speed. Could take over center maybe. Clayton Phillips, 35th on the board. Not really interested in the stats that he put up. And then Marco De La Rosa, he's dropped back to 41, but looks like contact and defense both could be in good spots. So I think we can go ahead and finish out his profile. And then I do want to start looking at the closers because I did say that I wanted to get a closer. So I looked at the areas that had the good ones. So we're going to look at closing pitchers in the Central. And then we're also going to look at closing pitchers internationally. That's where some of the top guys were at. They're mainly in those 2 locations. So we'll go ahead and focus on those 2. Get at least a couple, weeks of percentages on that. Only 15% is all we'll be able to unlock. So definitely want to check that out. And check out some of our young guys here at AA. Alex Campos here has been struggling, even in the bullpen role. Cold is seeing some of his stuff drop down, so maybe we move him down to single A. Dave Stewart has had a pretty good time, though. 3.02 ERA, even up to a 63 overall. Francis Texedo is actually doing pretty well. And Douglas Ellison, up to a 58 overall. He's looked pretty good. A 1.75 ERA in 67 innings. In 10 games started, he has 9 quality starts. The only one he wasn't quality, he went 5 innings, gave up 4 runs. Other than that, there have been 7 inning outings. So he's showing that he definitely has the stamina to come up to the next level. But hopefully he keeps playing. We can see that overall jump up to the 60s and 70s. As you see, we did drop Alex down to single A because I just felt like it was time. We're going to move Nick Jones up to double A just to kind of keep the lineups balanced. And then we're going to also move down Zach McKinstry. He has not been hitting too well on our bench, only batting 221. So I'm going to designate him for assignment and outright him down to AAA because I don't think anybody will take or claim him. And what this will do is this will give me room to go ahead and bring up one of the third basemen that's actually playing good and has position flexibility in Enrique Hernandez. He's the older one. He's got more position flexibility. And he's hitting over, now 293. He was over 300 for most of the beginning of the year. So we're going to add him to the 40-man roster, move him up to the MLB roster, and let him actually kind of get in a start here today to see if he can possibly also come in and take Luis Refringo's starting spot. I have him looking at that more than Matt Shaw because I feel like the best way to develop a player, if you're going to have him at the major league level, is to play him. Like Matt Shaw going to the bench, I might also well send him to AAA and let him start down there. So I wanted to see if he can get it turned around before I make that move. And just let him get the spot start here, at least for Lewis at second base. And boy, what a start would it have been as we go ahead and take a lift off here on the second pitch that he sees at the major league level. Enrique Hernandez, solo shot to left field. An early lead being taken against the Rays as Murphy left that one on too much of the plate. And them, how the Grinch stole Christmas shoes, just stole a home run off the Rays. That is how you started the game off, especially as a leadoff hitter too as well. So he's going to get plenty of chances to get plenty of at-bats. And just look, everybody knew it was gone. He just kind of throws the bat casually as that thing was just absolutely launched in the outfield. And something I don't have to worry about with him as well is we have Caden Dana on the mound here. He allowed a run back already. But is the defense here, so we're going to go ahead and come in, make an easy starting rotation spot here. You see that just barely getting in time, and we're still able to get the double play. That's how good he is defensively. Normally when that bar gets low, your chance of getting double play are lower too. Now here in the top of the fourth, we're back up 2-1. Runners are at first and second base now here for us. That's Ryan Murphy is on pitch number 48. That's going to be a base hit up the middle, getting past second base. They're going to go ahead and send the runner on around. They did not move the runner up though for us, as we're going to slide right back into first. But RBI base hit there for Hernandez. And so far today, he's looking pretty good as Henry's up now. He's 1 for 2 with the single. Can he kind of move any guys around here with the 3-1 count? Chopped on the ground. That's going to go over the shortstop. He's going to get it, throw in the hole over the first. And that ball gets thrown away. Took me a minute to see it, so that's going to be an error on the shortstop. Runner's going to score. We're up 4-1 now, and Henry's able to move up to second base. And now Hoyer Soler, after they went ahead and walked Mike Trout intentionally, with his Squadda went out to right field and make an easy gloved in catch out there, as that'll go ahead and end our 4th inning rally. Jumping into the bottom of the 5th, we still have Caden in the game. Pitching very good here as we have a ball on the ground. Right over the shortstop. He's going to go and throw this one over. And look at the moonwalking skills of Hernandez. He just flat loud. Like, I ran towards the bag. It didn't stop. So he moonwalked himself back into position. As, I mean, when you're lifting off moon shots, why would you not be able to moonwalk? As we go to the top of the 7th with 2 for 4 here on the day. Make that 3 for 5 as that's another base hit past second base, just like the second hit. And it's going to bring home another run, too, as well, as it is now 7-4 in favor of the Angels here against the Rays. So looking to walk out of here with a dub as Henry facing off against Manuel Rodriguez. 0-2 count. Lines this one into the outfield. That's going to get down for a base hit. We're going to go ahead and move our way over the throws. That throw goes into the home plate. 8-4 now for your Angels. Mike Trout, can he keep the rally going here? 2 outs. Lines this one on the ground. First baseman picks it up himself and takes it to the bag. And just like that, that'll basically do it for us here as we win the game 9-4. Hernandez had a very, very good first impression here up at the show. I think he finished off 3 for 6. Had that solo home run, 2 base hits. What would that finish with? 3 RBIs, I want to say. Very strong game defensively. Obviously, no errors from him and no errors from the team at all. Actually, we played error-free baseball here today. As Henry also went 3 for 6. Only 1 RBI though. Trout 2. Nolan had 2. Logan had 2. Joe Adele actually a 2 for 5 day. And then Matt Shaw again 0 for 3. So still is struggling at that 9 spot. I don't know if it's because they're not afraid of it turning back over to the 1 or what. But that boy's getting attacked. As after that win, we go to win 2 more to get our winning streak back up, including a 13-4 victory here against the Kansas City Royals, which saw us give up 10 hits to them. But it's also have 19 hits of our own. Trout and Henry both going 4 for 5 today. Nolan having 3 RBIs. Taylor Ward having 4 RBIs, 3 for 5 day. And no homers is impressive, as Zach Neto is the only person to homer today. And Jesus Luzardo, 6 innings, 3 earned runs, but we gave him plenty of run support. He did not have to worry. Now, as with all of our roster moves, I do want to look at the players one last time to see before I make the move. And Caden Dana has been struggling. And I do mean struggling since being up here at the show. 7 ERA pretty much all season. Whip around 1.8, 1.7 all year. I just wanted to see him get through one clean start to show me a reason why I should not move him down. And here we have a runner at second base after a double. He's able to work his way out of the jam. We still have a 3-4 lead going into the 5th inning here. We got a pop out base hit. So we're going to go pitch to contact, try to get the double play. It doesn't work. We can instead get a strikeout and ground out. And then we go here to the top of the 6th. Get the pop out on Bo. Santander solo home run to tie up the ball game. Gives up a walk to Sanchez. Maybe he's going. Can he get the double play? If I go to pitch to contact, and unfortunately he cannot, as O'Hearn. 2-run home run. We're going to have to move Caden out of the rotation now. It's time to go ahead and move to a new arm. We're going to bring in Barco here because we don't know how long we would need him to pitch. So we're going to bring in one of our long relievers to go ahead and try to finish that out. They do end up scoring another run, so it is 6-4. But no, they didn't score another run. We actually held them. It was 6-4 when he left. So Barco doing a pretty good job here up to this point, putting up goose eggs since returning to the game. We drop an extra run there in the 8th inning. Give the solo run right back to Varsho. And it's now 7-5 heading into the bottom of the 9th. Can we have any late inning heroics to jump into at all? As it will get kicked off here with Netos. They're going to change it to Jeff Hoffman. And there it is, man. Flyout goes in and ends the ball game there. We lose 7-5. Caden Dana on the hook for the L. But that had done enough for me to see everything I needed to. Jordan Wicks will be making his appearance up to the major league level. And having only 2 minor league options left, it's like he's played booty. And he only has C potential too as it is. So I'm thinking about maybe moving him just to the bench and instead moving down Dakota Hudson, who also has had a 7 ERA. And although he doesn't have any options like Caden does, I don't want to waste an option either. So we're going to move Dakota Hudson down by designating him for assignment, and then we're going to outright him down to AAA once the 7-day period does clear, because I don't think anybody will be trying to claim a 31-year-old 67 starter. So that means Hunter Barco is going to go ahead and come into the rotation now, as we're going to rely on Caden in long relief, and Jordan Hicks too as well. Going back to our scouting, Marco De La Rosa. Great contact here like we expected. Vision's going to come in basically at an elite level, and defense is going to come in strong. So if he can keep speed up and maybe take over center field, that'd be great. But during this week of scouting, I did want to take a look here at some of the top guys are catchers. And Logan, this is what I meant when I said I got to stop looking past the potentials, and that's the fact that you're already here and developing. We might have to go in a different direction because he's not doing it. So we're still looking at the closer pitchers another week. We're going to focus more so in on those catchers that are in the top 10 to see if they actually are top 10 quality. So now more roster moves here as Victor Gonzalez goes down to AAA. Just was not proud of what the stuff that he was doing here at the majors. He was very difficult. And we're going to bring up Ben Joyce, who has a 3 ERA down there at AAA. He's been playing pretty good. And then we'll go ahead and go back into our scouting here. We have 77% for our first catcher. Looking at the closers, a lot of them are at 50%. Seeing some of the rise up the board, seeing some of these potential ranges close down a little bit and get better for us. Not seeing too many shots at 99 at closing pitcher at least, but looking at all the different possibilities that we can change it up to, we're going to go with Alex Sims as the focus, but still sticking with closing pitcher. And let's go ahead and check in with our starters here once again. 12 starts here, only 6 home runs given up in 64 innings of work. 17 walks, 41 strikeouts, which we could stand to get a little bit more strikeouts, but 2.92 ERA, 1.1 whip, and he's up to a 63 overall now with 4 quality starts. As it looks like his main problem is just kind of getting that extra inning of work. You see he had a 5-inning, no earned run, but no quality start for that because he didn't get to 6. So you really got to hit that 6th inning at least and then have a pretty good outing. Like I said, I think it's 3 earned runs or less, and you get that quality start next to the name. Now, Francis Texedo has done great since we've put him in the starting lineup. He's at a 1.94 ERA, a 1.25 whip, only 45 strikeouts and a higher walk rate here with 26 walks, but he's been playing pretty good. And the man of the hour, man, Douglas Ellison. I can't wait to see his stuff develop because he has been phenomenal. 1.8 ERA, 1.06 whip, 11 quality starts this season. And a MLB that I didn't think that was possible to get a whole many quality starts. He's only had 1 start not be quality out of 12. And like I said, he only gave up 4 runs in 5 innings. Still went 5 deep. Outside of that, it's been 7, 8 inning ball games, a couple 6s mixed in there. As well as Nelson Rada has actually been doing pretty good too. He's been my only standout here at the AA level, going up to a 66 overall. Contact's in a decent spot. Defense is good. And so far this year, 304, 367 on base with 3 home runs, 34 RBIs. And the crazy thing about him is with his C potential as well as with Texedo, their C potential process, meaning they're somewhere in the 70s is where they will cap out at. So do I get a guy like Rada up to play in center field with only 4 errors? As you see here, both Texedo and Rada actually have 74 potentials when it comes to. I just wanted to see what their potential ratings were. So both are sitting at 74 right now. Now, with that being said, he's been playing so good that I want to get some moves up here. So Horace Ruiz will go down to AA, or it's time to move Nelson Rada up to AAA. See if he can keep that 300 batting average success up there. As we're getting a call here for Reed Detmers this time. Reese Olson, 26 years old, C potential, 78 overall, as opposed to Devers being 76. So I guess they'd be giving me a boost in overall, but his ratings are going down as we speak. He's cold while Detmers is hot right now. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and decline this trade too as well, Tigers. That wasn't enough heat. And the Padres come right back. They want Jorge Ruiz, even though he's not even on the trade block. They want to give me a relief pitcher. So they want a deep potential center fielder for a reliever that actually is having a good season and has had historically good seasons. So I'd be down to 78. But this would be more like a win now pick. If we were in the postseason fighting for a spot and I needed a reliever, that's when I'm making a move like that. Not in the middle of the season when we're struggling. I can tell you that much. So we ended up declining that trade and coming back and looking more at our closing pitchers as we're starting to get them up near the 70s in percentage. I'm starting to see who guys have velo as their strengths. Are your per nines good? I was trying to look for pitching clutch, but I couldn't find it. So I got enough information at the closers. We're going to go catchers in the East, first base international, and shortstops in the East, catchers in the Central, and first base international. With this, I'm hoping to find more guys in the infield and kind of really finish up some of those prospects spotlights there at catcher. So 100% here for a guy like Kelly Kruniken. He's up to 2 on our board now. He's got great defense, great contact, good vision. So he's actually going to come in and have a bat and an arm. 81 to 93 potential, so still a chance for A potential there with that. At first base, there's Juan Alonso. He's got great hitting ratings. The defense is just kind of questionable, but it did move up a couple spots. And then John Snowden as well moved up to 83 with great defense and okay offense, so we'd have to develop the bat. Jesus Perdoza, 20th on our board. Great defense yet again. So we're going to check out all 3 of these first players. First base in the National, shortstop in the East, right field in the East, to go ahead and get these profiles done and over with. As we're coming into our last week of scouting, ending out the month here of June, as we have runners at the corners here for Mike Trout, playing off against the New York Yankees, my favorite team, as Jake Cousins is up on the mound. We have runners at the corners, only 1 out, so the only thing that you have to not do, Mike Trout, is ground into a double play. And please don't look like a corkscrew either, as that slider away had him confused and confuddled, as they're going to try to get him to chase even more. Swing and a miss over that at the bottom. 2-2 coming from Cousins. Swings through the slider and misses. Just flat out swung underneath it. Was not able to get to it. And instead that brings in the rookie Henry Pereira, who is 0 for 4 on the day. Trying to help his team out here. At least get us one. If we can get a base hit here, we can at least take the lead. Bring in Romano and hopefully close this one out. If we go to foul that one away here, it's a 1-1 count against Cousins. Chopping that on the ground as well. Pitch number 18 here. And that is going to be a long drive. Is that a walk-off home run? It is. First walk-off home run for the rookie. And I think that's the first time we've hit a home run with Henry as well. And it feels so good. 70 overall contact, 70 in his power, 70 in his vision, 70 in his clutch. And that's all you need to smack out walk-off home runs. 3-1 home run there. Not a complete walk-off. At least gives a go-ahead home run, though, giving us a 5-2 lead that now we just got to hold on to. Been a very good, strong player for us, and I just cannot believe he got a hold of all of that one. Let's see where this one kind of ends up. It looks like about belt high. Looks like maybe belt high inside, and just knew what to do with it as he pulled it in to the seats. As we'll go ahead and simulate, since it's not any more than our critical situations, and it does look like we go ahead and get the dub. So it looks like that home run did a lot to secure it for us. They didn't even score a single run. As they get played again to Kyle Farmer, 2 for 3 on home run, 2 RBIs. I would give it to the man that walked it off for us. 1 for 5, 3 RBIs on that walk-off 3-run home run there in the 10th inning. We see none of our guys are hit even close to 300 anymore. As the highest average I see here is 273 from Travis, who mainly comes off the bench. But there's also 272 from Henry. There's a 260 from Mike Trout. So definitely some things that we can work on to get this team a little better. As Farmer hits his 3rd home run of the season, Arndt got his error. And Detmers had a good start. 6 innings, 2 earned runs. I would give that still quality, as well as the bullpen shutting the door behind them to make sure that they couldn't put up any more runs. So with all that being said, we're going to jump back into things, man, as we go ahead and end off here another month of the season. We're ending off the month of June and on a little bit of a hot streak. Way better now that we've made some of these moves up and down. We are now at 38 and 50. And in that month alone, I think we went 14 and 14. So much stronger month than we had before. Still behind in the standings, though, 14 and a half behind those Rangers, as they're starting to kind of pull themselves away. And for us as a team, here's some of our ratings. We're 21st in batting average, so we're not really hitting the ball too well. ERA, we are actually at 26th, the 4.24 ERA, so there's a couple guys worse than us. We are the 28th fielding percentage, so not at least dead last. So once we work on some of these things and get them at least middle of the tier, and we're winning like this, I think we could be good. So that's why in this draft we're seeing a lot of defensive focused players and kind of working the bat with what we already have. So we're tied for 4th in runs scored, though. So we're scoring the runs at least better than I thought. Just not a whole lot of hits. So next time out, of course, we will be getting into the draft All-Star weekend and hopefully getting through all the way to the point of being able to find out their ratings. Of course, as you know, the season's coming more and more robust, we'll have less and less games that we want to check into. So yeah, we should be able to get at least to August, at least see what the ratings are and potentials are for the draft picks too as well. So look out for the draft and the ratings reveal in the next episode. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. It's me, boy G and Smooth. Leave a like, comment, subscribe on what you guys are thinking about the series. If you guys are enjoying it, please show that love and support so I can to bring out more of these things faster to you guys and how quickly I want to bring them out. Of course, we're getting closer to wrapping up some series on the channel, so this may be the only thing, of course, until the next Madden and college football come out for a while. So as other games finish, we'll bring putting this out even more often. So with all that being said, I hope you guys are enjoying the content, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.